Hey everybody, this is Cholera. I'm with Rise, and this is set 4 of Air Force Ace versus Samson Khan. In this game, we have Anytime versus Stork, and this should be a much more exciting Protoss versus Protoss than the last match, to be absolutely honest. But they're going to be playing on Chupung-Ryeong, and Stork, of course, is an absolute master at Protoss versus Protoss. Second, really, only to Bisu, maybe a little bit worse than best, but actually that's definitely refutable. Anytime, though, is, I think, by record at least, by past performance, the best player on Air Force Ace right now. But recently, he's not been doing great. He's only 3-6 in the Pro League this season. However, you got to keep in mind he has won a Star League before. He's won an OSL, and he's gotten a silver in another OSL. So he's definitely a formidable player, and he is the red toss at the bottom left. Stork is the orange toss at the upper right. In fact, I believe they're former clan members because they're both they have the GM tag. So you know it's definitely a possibility. Of course, Jangbi also used to be GM too. Also could stand for good manner, but I think it's actually a clan
And
tag.
free.
Yeah, and free. Yeah.
A lot of GMs. But no, I think you're right. I think that Anytime probably is currently one of the better players, however you want to look at it,
Oh, sorry.
on
Jangbi's actually not on GM. I was getting confused with
oh, he's
free.
not?
Jangbi's Dream T Jangbi. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Anyway, go on.
Whatever the case, the fact of the matter remains that Stork also has a gold under his belt and about 1,000 silvers. So I mean, Stork probably the better, the better ranked player currently. Number one Kespa ranked player actually, which is interesting. Not the number one Pro League ranked player though. Although he's certainly at the top of that list as well. So right off the bat, I kind of think that this favors Stork a little bit. Now, interesting
yeah.
thing about Sin Chupung-Ryeong, if you look at the PvP statistics, it's 100% win rate against Protoss. Isn't that amazing?
Really?
It's a pretty cool
Wow.
fact. Yeah, unbelievable. PvP, 100% win rate. Also, conversely, 100% loss rate. So one of these players will be on each side of those statistics, and both players scouting each other fairly early. We're going to see what is going to be going on for each player. It looks like we're going to see a. Was that a Manor Pylon blocker right there, or what?
It was an anti-mana pylon from
It looked
the
like
red
a
player, which
cybernetics
is
core.
Anytime.
Yeah, it looks
Um,
like a cybernetics core for a reason, for a second there, but it's certainly not with the gateway not being down yet. And wow, Stork doing a great job of blocking Anytime from getting up his ramp, at the same time making taking a lot of damage. That probe taking a lot of damage from Stork. So Stork probably going to be able to keep his build a secret here for a little while. Oh wait, no. Oh, almost gets
wow.
up that ramp, but not quite. And that's actually a very dedicated or motivated probe to get in there because he's been trying his best. And Stork, though, on top of his probe, and now with a Zealot there to reinforce that probe of Anytime, probably not going to get up there. No, he's going to be able to put that Zealot up there, and now he can finally hold position with that Zealot. And so he is totally denying the scout from Anytime. Meanwhile, Stork has gotten in the base of Anytime, and if he can keep that probe alive long enough, he can get a pretty good feel for what's going on and react accordingly.
Yeah, Stork's gone for a faster gas here, and he went for a cybernetics core before a second pylon, so he could be going for a faster tech build. On the other hand, he could just go for faster goon range and apply pressure that way. A lot of options open for Stork. Unfortunately for Anytime, he doesn't know which one it is. He hasn't gotten a scout in, and he's going to have that later core, although his build pretty much counters anything reasonably well, any kind of fast 2-gate or anything. But we'll see what Stork does. If he can deny scouting the entire game here from probes, he's going to have a huge information advantage. Protoss versus Protoss is the matchup where information is the most important. I will just go out and say that. And we've got 2 Zealots out now for Anytime. Anytime trying to kill off that scouting probe, still not having any luck, although he'll probably use those Zealots for a frontal attack pretty soon. Try to do some pressure to Stork, but he's getting range now for his cybernetics core, at his cybernetics core, and he still has not put up a second gateway, so all the options are on the table for him also. And you know, Chupung-Ryeong had that absolutely epic game between Stork and Bisu in the OSL, the last OSL in the, I believe, quarterfinals, where Stork won a beautiful last game against Bisu. It was so close, though. You guys should all check that out on Vilatech. You know, one of the more recent renditions of the long-term Protoss rivalry that is Stork versus Bisu, the longest Protoss versus Protoss rivalry in history, and the best. And you know, that one, it came down to almost no units at the end because both players just couldn't get expansions up. It was just absolutely ridiculous. And now an early robo from both players, actually. So interesting mirror build here almost from both players, both going for the robo, and the second gateway now going up for Anytime, which lends me to think he most likely will go observers, and then try to put some early pressure with his goons or maybe expand. On the other hand, Stork looks like he's sticking to one gate, so probably thinking about early reavers.
I think Anytime is in trouble, man. Looks like he actually might have canceled the range upgrade on his cybernetics core, unless
Interesting.
it happened to complete just as it did, because he put down a robo facility. Although I'm looking at his attack and his range, yeah, it doesn't look like he's got range upgraded after all
No, he
anymore.
doesn't.
He definitely canceled it, and that's going to be very bad because Stork is upgrading range right now. His cybernetics core is spinning, and now we're going to see if Anytime can break this ramp of Stork, and he's actually doing a pretty good job. But Stork going to block
Yeah.
it again with that goon, and that's not going to happen. The 30% miss rate working in Stork's favor. Now he's got three goons and a zealot to Anytime's two goons, and Anytime is not going to be able to break that with his
He's
current
now
forces.
researching it.
And yeah, now he's researching his range, and I think that was a bit of a mistake there. Could have
Yeah,
maybe helped him out a
strange.
little bit more if he had just stuck with it, because Stork didn't lose anything in that battle, and he's way ahead on tech. He's got his robotics facility and his robotic support bay up and going, and now we just see the robotic support bay going up for Anytime. So Stork pretty far ahead with his tech. We're going to see a Reaver out very shortly from Stork as well, and an Observer for that matter, as he gets his shuttle out already. So Stork firmly in the lead in my opinion, now getting his second gateway as well, so he'll be able to keep up with the gateway production of the units from Anytime. And Anytime just now finally got that robotic support bay up.
It's possible he went for that early observer because he was afraid of DTs because he couldn't get any information from Stork. I mean, Stork just prevented him from getting anywhere into his base. If you looked at Anytime's minimap, the entire area of Stork's base is black. It's not gray. He's never gotten in there. So he could have expected DTs. He still doesn't know what's going on. Now he's got an early observer out, so he's going to try to figure out. But Stork's going to intercept it.
Gonna get picked off.
Anytime running away. It's not. Oh, is it going to get picked off? It takes 2 hits. 3 hits. No, it doesn't get picked off, but Stork could still intercept with Dragoons inside of his base. So Stork doing a beautiful job denying scouting here. Finally, it's going to get in, though. And as the master of war, Sun Tzu, once said, if you know your enemy and you know yourself, you cannot lose. And if you don't know your enemy and you don't know yourself, you will always lose. So information is absolutely the name of the game from 3,000 years ago. But Sun Tzu would be a beautiful Protoss versus Protoss player, let me tell you that. Sun Tzu would be great at PvP because he knows the value of scouting. And he's
And
Asian.
he was also probably
but,
a big nerd.
yes, he is. Sorry, I just had to throw that in there. He's Asian. Here comes the fast Reaver drop from Stork, but Anytime's ready for it. Oh no, Anytime could. Oh! Wow, Stork pulls it back just in time, but Anytime could still get it down. Oh! Anytime. Oh no, he doesn't get it. Stork had the Speed Reaver. Wow, look at Stork. He's like, run. Run. He manages to get it away. So nice work there by Stork, but almost losing that shuttle. That would have been disastrous. So good work by Anytime, coming close. Stork was going for his characteristic fast Reaver speed. Sorry, fast shuttle speed. I always say Reaver speed. Fast shuttle speed, and then going for that kamikaze Reaver drop. But that was denied by Anytime. Good job by Anytime.
Hey, I gotta mention, Anytime seems to be completely caught up at this point with the
Definitely.
exception of a speed shuttle. I think he's got as many, if not more, ground forces. He's got the same amount of Reavers, which is 1. He's got the same timing of that expansion, and really, he hasn't had any harassment done to his economy yet, so there's nothing to say that he's out of this game by any means. I think that's very even right
very
now.
even.
Second Reaver up for Stork. I would imagine that Anytime's got a second Reaver popping out just about now as well, because the first Reavers popped out at the same time, which I was a little surprised about, but it's just for whatever reason the timing worked out that way. Maybe Stork ended up making that robotic support bay earlier than he needed to, and there is 2 Reavers out for Anytime. And they both have similar positioning, and Anytime has a lot more Dragoons than Stork. So actually, Anytime, with not only 3 in his back of his base to permanently defend against any Reaver harass, it looks like anyway, he's also got a larger force at the front line. And I'm a little confused as to how Stork could seem to be so far behind in unit production. He's got, I guess he had less gateways for longer. He now has 3 gateways, putting up his 4th. But Anytime, really, I think that if he was to try to push in right now, well, actually, he might be in trouble. So I wouldn't push in quite yet, but definitely an even match game right here. And Anytime needs to get some more gateways up, though, because Stork now does have that gateway advantage, and I would imagine that we're going to see a couple more gateways from anytime in the very near future. Stork scouting this expansion, of course, he's going to see exactly how even they are, which is very even. And he's going to go in with a speed shuttle and try to take out some probes of anytime, and anytime with nothing there. Stork dropping the Reaver, and no, bad Scarab. Scarab does not go off and does not get any probes. So very poor Scarab. By unlucky Scarab for Stork, and anytime still perfectly unharassed at this point. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, that is the reason why they're so even. Even though Anytime had an information disadvantage, he did not have an economic disadvantage by any means. Both their builds were fine, and his might even be one or two probes ahead in the early game. But you know, right now they are completely even. Neither player has harassed, although Anytime doesn't even look like he's trying to. But of course he doesn't have speed shuttles like Stork does. Citadel going up for Stork, so he's going to transition into the Templar tech most likely. There's the Citadel for Anytime. I mean, Anytime is a very good player. He is no Rage, no offense to Rage. He's no Dazang even. He is much better than those players on Air Force Ace, and he's a big boon to their team really. He not only has experience, but he has just a very good play too, even recently on CJ. So you know, he definitely could win this game right now, even against the very formidable Stork. By the way, Anytime was I just remember a game of his where he played against NC Yellow. It's actually on my videos, but it was a Pimpus play, and he killed NC Yellow off in a Protoss versus Zerg with just DTs. He actually didn't even get any Corsairs, which is usually,
Wow.
you know, absolutely necessary. He just went for straight DT rush. It was a very strange game, but his DTs just killed everything that Yellow had, so it was an interesting game. Anyway, we're seeing both players just content to rest on the hills, leading away from their base, and a very passive game actually. I'm a little bit surprised. I think the problem is that whoever attacks first is going to lose because of the uphill factor, so both players are just staring at each other across this middle area and trying to pick an advantage maybe by a flanking attack or maybe by harass, but we'll see.
Oh, it looks like he manages to get the observer of Stork picked off, and we saw this in exactly on this map actually between Bisu and Stork, and how important observers played a role in that game because of the ledges like you were just talking about. So I mean, you got to be careful with your observers, and if you lose one, you got to be sure to make a new one. Templar Archives is down now for Stork, and Stork looks like he's going to try to push in 3 Reavers against 3 Reavers though. We're going to see what happens, but only 2 in the shuttle, of course. So Stork's got a 3rd Reaver somewhere in the back of the map just hanging out, and here we go. Stork pushing up, maybe foolishly, maybe not. We'll have to see what happens here. Big battle, a lot of Scarabs going off. Anytime not engaging all of his forces, but he's going to push Stork back. Too many Zealots, a lot of Zealots on the front line being taken out by all the splash from those Reavers, and Stork taking some heavy losses early on. And Anytime, quite possibly in a good position to move forward at this point. If he can get a 2nd shuttle out and a 4th Reaver, I think he's got a DT is out now as well. So if he doesn't get those, if Stork doesn't get those observers back on the field, he's going to really lose this game. It looks like he does have an observer there, so he's okay for now. Looks like Stork also going to go for another expansion at this point in Anytime's face. Anytime going to see this, though, of course, with the probe at the top left scouting this out. He's attacking the Nexus. He's going to take it down with the probe. No, DT comes out. Actually, DT is coming over for Anytime to take it out. So my joke really wasn't that bad because he's going to take it out after all, except with a DT instead of a probe. And now Stork going for another speed shuttle attack. I don't know if I think he just took out a probe or something. I thought he was going to go run in for Anytime's base, but it looks like he's not going to kamikaze that. Stork going back down the middle of the map again with his forces, but not going to do much of anything. His Nexus is canceled at the top left, unable to fight off that DT. And now that DT just going to take out a couple of scouting pylons as well, denying Stork little bits of information at a time. And Stork, he's not behind quite yet. He's lost a lot of units though, and this next battle that comes up, and 2 shuttles, 4 Reavers, I think. This is going to be it. High Templar out now for Anytime, and this could be it, folks. If he makes some good storms, that could be GG.
Yeah, Anytime, you know, he definitely has an advantage right now, I'd say. He looks like he's trying to move out into the middle area, though. This might be a little bit of a mistake, to be honest, though. He's dropping all 4 of his Reavers down, but he needs to get them down quickly. It looks like a lot of battles in the middle. Does he have a storm left in that? Does he have a storm in that High Templar? It looks like he's not storming, though. He needs a storm. 1 storm, not that great of a storm, though, and he might actually lose his battle. Maybe a little bit impatient here from Anytime. Does not look like it was a good idea. It was a bad idea. No, Anytime making a huge mistake there, walking into the low ground. I was just going to say the defensive game has been working out very well for him so far. This time a good storm from Anytime, but I don't know. It might be too late for him. He's lost so much. A storm on the shuttle there. Nice work. A storm on the High Templars. Looks like he doesn't finish him off, but Stork now on Anytime's hill leading to his natural, and he has an overwhelming force here. I don't know what Anytime was thinking. He was doing so well with the defensive
Stop
strategy.
showing that girl
still has her mouth open. She has had her mouth open for the entire series, and they're wondering if she is conscious or not. But that is okay. We're going to see another
She's got to have the worst dry mouth ever.
But it doesn't matter because Stork has so many forces. He's got that Archon in front. The last Reaver for Anytime goes down. Anytime. Man, I feel so bad for him, but why did he move out so early?
Oh, GG.
GG.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Wow, he totally had that. I thought he had that game almost wrapped up after he took that big first battle from Stork. But Stork pulling out all the tricks, all the stops. And by the way, he only had 3 Reavers. I guess I should mention that. Anytime only had 3 Reavers, but he had 3 Reavers to I think only Stork's 2, plus High Templar. I think if he had used them better and stormed the Reavers or whatever, had stormed something and a little bit better control of all his units on the field, he should have taken that battle, if anything. Or like you said, he should have even moved out. He should have waited for Stork to move in because, again, that was working out for him.
Yeah, I mean, this is a game that really, unfortunately, Anytime I think messed up at the end. He did make a mistake by moving out into the center ground. I don't know why he did it. I mean, it's a little disappointing. I think it was just a miscalculation on the number of forces Stork had, but really he didn't need to at that time. And like I said, whoever moves uphill in that battle is going to lose. Stork had the hill advantage there. He also got his Reavers down first. I'm a little surprised Anytime didn't get his down quick enough, considering he was the one initiating the attack. But anyway, Samson Khan does win 3-1 in this series. I guess it wasn't a big surprise for any of us because they are, the best ranked team in the Pro League right now, and Stork shows that he really, you can't let him have any advantage or else he will destroy you, as Stork just destroyed Anytime there.
GG.
GG, good series, and thanks for watching.